From here on to here, there is some work, but it's not a science fiction. So I would say that creating data warehouse structure to do all the necessary connections to bring these fields into the picture, it's like if all the project is one marathon, then I would say everything is here. Maybe last 100 meters are Power BI or Excel reports. Power BI reports are nice. Every time we show this to the customer, they love it without any doubt. However, the effort needed to create this report, maybe we would need 1 week to create all the reports that we have here. And they are nice reports. We'll go through these reports. However, that still takes years or much more work to create a data warehouse. So the true value is in the data warehouse, in the modeling. Reports are nice. For the users, reports what matter with combination of content. They don't care that much, is it difficult or is it to do the customization. They do ask, but first impression is just content. Then they say, oh, is it difficult to modify? So what we are going to do now is to go through the functionality of sales area dashboards in Power BI to understand the content. Okay? Okay, so now what do we have here? First, I would say the dashboard that we provide here is intense in information. And it provides sales information for 3 years of transactions. And the sale starts with the need sales. And do I know, is it on quarterly, yearly level from here? No, I do not know. I mean, it's swinging. So if it's 3 years, probably years are not there. Like years would look something like this if I would be looking into information by years. And that's fine. So here is probably granularity of date different than a year. And we can check this if we go and bring the x-axis into the view. And if we bring into the big picture, now we see that granularity below, it's a month here. I can put it away. Also, I can get this information if I come to the points and I can see, hey, the changes by November, December, January, it's a month. It's not a quarter, okay? Because probably here, this guy here, it has 2020, this is 2018. We intentionally have information in here by year. You see 2020 on the top left corner, and this is 2019, top left corner, and 2021. Now, you may not know immediately, but then you say, why don't you put this, an x-axis? The reason is simple, we would waste too much space. And once you know that granularity is a month, actually it could be good to have it written somewhere, then you are fine. And it's better like that than to put space on this. Now, for sometimes in some dashboards, we put only on a primary dashboard x-axis and we don't put it on the others. So let me see if this is the case here. Let's say many times we just do like this. This is pretty much clear, but if just you want to do something and it would tell you, so that would be pretty much enough. Usually the layout would tell you, these are the 4 years and everything else follows the same concept. That's enough. Okay. Now, what are the other information about the net sales? We have seen one document, cumulative by month. This is the net sales. Net sales year-to-date variance is very informative. It will tell us if our business is growing in value or decreasing. Because it's a year to date, it compares this year to the last year, and it calculates the variance. So that is the point of the variance percentage. And if I'm above 0, then I'm above water, I'm growing. This line here are 0. So that is special KPI, just 0, to bring us the threshold for our orientation is better. You can see if I remove here this 0, then I don't know where is the threshold, am I good or bad. So this 0 is very, very useful. Also here, for example, how our profit is doing. You see, you cannot know from these numbers. So this is very good for our orientation. So let me explain these year-to-date variances in BI4Dynamics. We go back to our sales, and let's just copy this and just say year-to-date. We are going to look into the needs sales. So we are dropping now customers and document, and we are replacing this by year. So we could bring in year in the columns. I'll just remove this also. And we are going to bring periods here. So if I would expand this, I have this information. Good. Now, the value that I'm showing you here today is going to be here. So I'm bringing year-to-date last, year-to-date variance, and year-to-date variance percentage. Now it's a lot of information. Let's focus on 2020. Okay, so what do we have here? This is our need sales, 11 million, and this is cumulative. Year-to-date, it means from the beginning of the year, it shows us cumulative value. Now, year-to-date last, what is the last? Last is last year. This is the information for 2019, because now in 2020. Let's just double check real quick. The total value is 8.6 million. Actually, this should be 8.6 million. If I don't have this information, I can say subtotal year, or I can put this subtotal on the top, or like this. So 8.6 million is here, 8.6 million in my cumulative view here. So I don't need to have last year here. It's just enough to have the current year in the filter, right? So it's a previous year, and I calculate the value. So the value between year to date. Okay, I'm looking into the cumulative value. This is what businesses look like. They don't say how was March to the previous March. Okay, they do, but more often they do this. So I'm looking into the year to date. So I have 6,000 or 7,000 here, 1.2 million, 500 is difference. And year to date variance, what is this 70%? Variance means if variance is 0, then I'm on the same level. If variance is positive, then I'm growing. If variance is negative, then I'm going down. So I have this information here. So shortly, what actually I would need to specify my business would be just enough if I have a need sales and year-to-date variance. It gives me the current information and cumulative comparison with previous year. Okay, so that is just enough. Now, shortly, let me just show one variance, which is year on year. And if I bring year on year variance, then this year on year variance may be different. And let me just explain what is year on year. If I compare year on year, then I'm not starting from the beginning of the year, but I'm going against the previous period, which is year back. It's not cumulative. So this tells me, yes, that January was 76. But then this year on year, it's showing me only February comparison, because if I bring in year on year variance for the February, it goes exactly February to February, not cumulative like this one is doing. So I see this is 30%, but cumulative I'm 50%, you see? So I have cumulative balance or direct year-on-year variance going 1 year. At the end of the year, it's the same. Like we can see that December on a year-on-year variance was really strong. It tells me that this is like, more than double. Let's just quickly check this if this is true. So if our sales in December is 1.8 million, yes, you see, December was 800. So it's more than double. That's why this is very high, but cumulative, okay, it is like this because some periods we were not doing that well. But customers can do both, and we are really very strong on this comparison. But for now, about this will be enough to explain this. So whenever you see a variance percentage, that is comparison to the previous year-to-date or year-on-year. Most customers would use year-to-date. Then we have sales on credit or sales or deferred payment. If you have a retail shop, then you get paid immediately. So sales on credit is 0. But if you have on deferred payment, then the performance is there. Number of documents, average invoice value. I don't have to explain this. Now we have delivery information. This is information when we deliver it to our customer. Are we late? What is the amount late when we are delivering? I'll just explain right now just this. Profit variance. If they ask you how is the profit defined, you just say the same way like it is defined in your ERP, either the Business Central or F&O. You don't need to do any more explanation for that. Profit percentage. So these are the KPIs that we selected for sales. Could select also different values. We could bring other, there are 250 or 300 KPIs, but just selected this 8, 10. Now we say, okay, let's see the stock value. What you have now here should already be understood. Stock value, month-over-month variance. So I'm telling you, is my stock increasing or decreasing? So it's mostly, here was growing. So this was this part here. And then from here to here, only this spike here until July, we were going down. So June here, you see July was still decreasing. And from here on, we are growing. So actually, the point here is that even a small increase in here, you see quite expressive, way more expressive, because it's showing the comparison with the previous period in case month over month or month on month in a relative terms. So that's kind of really cool. Turnover in days, how many days it takes to clean up our stock in value terms if we continue selling as we sell per now. Turnover in days, lower the value, better it is because you need less inventory, less working capital to support your sales. And inventory aging, days, for how many days items are not moving in different aging buckets. Items are not moving more than a year. This is the value. Items below 100 days, they are green and in between yellow. So this is KPIs for the sales, inventory information on the sales dashboard, and receivables. Now receivables you also, I presume, understand because you have seen the balance, 11,000. Overdue, yes, it's already overdue, 401 day or 410 days if you remember. The whole value is overdue. They don't have one invoice which is still not overdue, which means they have to pay. They should pay already before. Overdue percentage. What is the payment term? Probably, let's say, you would expect something around 30 days. But if you have a small invoice of, let's say, $100, and then you have this on 30 days, and you would have $1,000 for 60 days, then we calculate the payment terms on weighted averages, which means the weighted value, in this case invoice value, affects the calculation, and that's the weighted value. Everywhere in BI4Dynamics we calculate it weighted averages, if that is possible. Also amount lates, it's a weighted value. Overdue days, so for how many days they are already late in payment, and turnover in days, how many days it takes to clean my receivables if customer are continuing paying me as they do. Again, lower the value, the better it is, and sales on credit. Actually, we have seen this sales on credit already here. Okay. This might be just on a quarter level. You can see here it's more smoothed. This is on a quarterly level, and this is on a monthly level. You get a different shape, but still same information. So this would be one dashboard where same values as in the charts are available in visuals just to see. And you would use this to filter by company. So if I would use this filter as a company, in my case, I have two companies. If I add another company, the other company doesn't have a lot of transactions. You see, there is a small, tiny slice where I have this 2009 and 2008, but mostly, I'm using 2008 UK, this 2009, because our demo data are around this company here. With selecting a company, everything would change.